Hey everybody, what's going on? And welcome to Guns N' Roses Central. And today we're doing another episode of Guns N' Roses True Story. And I wanted to do this one because maybe it's something a lot of fans don't know about, but the city of Atlanta and Axl Rose have a long history together. And we're going to talk about all the way from 1987 when Guns was opening for Mötley Crüe to all the way to 2016 and what's happened in the city of Atlanta over the past 30 years or so with Guns N' Roses on the scene. So it's really started in November of 1987. So Guns N' Roses played two shows with Mötley Crüe where they opened, and the November 20th show went off without a hitch. Even though this says November 20th, it's actually the 22nd, and this is from Rolling Stone, so they have their dates wrong, but it was the 22nd of November, the second show that Guns N' Roses played in 1987, opening for Mötley Crüe, where Axl Rose punched a security guard. So a couple songs into Guns N' Roses' set, Axl noticed that one of the security guards was roughly handling one of his friends, and basically Axl jumped into the crowd, grabbed a security guard who shoved Axl's friends, and the police basically held Axl backstage while the rest of the band played Communication Breakdown, Honky Tonk Woman, and did a blues jam, all with their roadie Ronnie Schneider singing. So sadly, there's no audio of this actual show or video, but there is audio of the November 20th show that Guns N' Roses played in Atlanta, and around Mr. Brownstone, you can actually hear Axl yelling at security, so it's a little bit of foreshadowing of what was to come. So fast forward now to April of 1993, Guns N' Roses are on the Skin and Bones tour across America, and they're slated to play the Omni in Atlanta, Georgia once again. So they had played the Omni back in 1987 when they were opening for Mötley Crüe, but the show's abruptly canceled. So it was abruptly canceled by Doug Goldstein because Axl was still on parole for previous offenses at the show that Guns played in 1987 in Atlanta. So Axl Rose put out a statement saying, "I'm now willing to be a sitting duck for the police. I'm familiar with that experience." So fast forward now to 2011, 2012, Guns N' Roses played two concerts in Atlanta. Really nothing of significance, but it isn't until 2016 when a fan actually runs into Axl Rose in March of 2016, and people are kind of wondering, what is Axl doing in Atlanta? So here's a radio interview with the fan talking about his interaction with Axl Rose in 2016.
Trying to figure out your last name. Is it Guglielmo?
No, it's Guglielmo.
See, it's Guillermo.
Guglielmo.
Guglielmo.
Yeah, the GL is silent.
Just call Mark. Let's get to the point.
Mark, yeah, we'll go with Mark.
All right, so Mark, you don't actually live here. You live in New York, right?
Yeah, I live in northern New Jersey, outside of New York.
Okay, excellent. And you were in town for business, I'm guessing.
Yep, for a couple days.
Okay, where did you run into Axl Rose at?
At the valet parking area of the Lowe's Hotel in Midtown there.
Okay.
Is that the Four Seasons?
No, it's different. Where's the Lowe's?
11th and Peachtree Northeast.
This is a different little small hotel. I'm not sure where you're thinking.
It's a really nice hotel.
Yeah, 14th Street is where Four Seasons is.
Okay,
yeah,
so
that's closer to the highway, I think.
So from what I read online is that you're waiting for the valet.
Okay.
And you see a guy that you know, being a GNR fan, a Guns N' Roses fan, that's Axl Rose, but nobody's bothering him. He's out there just with a couple people, and you approach him. Is that pretty spot on?
Yeah, actually, I was waiting for my friends, DP and Kelly Swint, Duluth, Georgia. I promised them I'd say that.
That's fun.
That's nice.
I was just waiting down there, and I saw him get out of the car, and the aviator shades and the bandana. So I was like, that kind of looks like Axl from a profile. And then he turned, and I saw the forearm tattoo, and I'm like, holy! Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's all right.
Sorry.
We got you.
Holy shoot, that's Axl Rose.
See, there you go. That's what's perfect. These tattoos are great because you're right. Not many people have the same tattoos, especially forearm tats. And if you know what the dude looks like, tattoos don't lie, even if the face and the disguise does.
What was the first question you asked him?
I mean, first I said, "Oh my God, Axl!" And he just turned toward me, and he put his hand out. Mm-hmm. So yeah, man. And I was like, "Oh, this is incredible to meet you."
Yeah.
Because I'm in my young 40s, and they were the first concert I'd ever seen. I mean, I rode a 10-speed bike to go by Appetite for Destruction when I was 14 years old.
Did you tell him all this stuff?
Yeah, I did. And he was like, "That's great, man. That's so cool to hear." And then I turned away, and I was like, "Wait a second," because I was a little starstruck. So I realized I had my phone in my hand, and I'm like, "Axl, I don't mean to bug you, but can I get a picture?" And then his, friend took the picture, and he took a good one, and I put it on Instagram, and here we are.
See, that was really cool because you were cool. You asked a couple questions, you gave him a flashback, and you were smart enough to walk away. There's a fine line to being annoying, even when you're a super fan. But the picture, I think, in this case, is a necessity because I haven't seen Axl. I don't think many people have. And if he's handing out handshakes, he may be a much nicer Axl now.
Axl's kind of like the Great White Buffalo.
Yeah, he's hard to track down.
He's just a Great White Buffalo. He's just never out, and you never get to meet him. That's why it's just so intriguing. And he was so pleasant, and he was so nice due to popular belief, correct?
Yeah, I mean, well, look, I won't lie. This has been pretty wild for me. I've never had anything go viral or anything, so I've been reading some of the fan forums and whatnot, just silently. And people are like, "It's so good to see Axl smiling and all that kind of stuff." And I was like, "Wow, I guess this is really cool." A lot of people were like, "I can't believe he let you touch him," and I didn't think anything of it. I'm a friendly guy, so I put my arm up there, and he didn't say a word.
And what's this about the tour? Because you did ask him a few questions, right, or alluded to it, and he gave you some info.
See, actually, I didn't. All I did was say, "Hey, good luck with the tour." And I corrected myself. The few shows, because all I knew about was Vegas and Coachella coming up.
Yeah.
And that's when he turned back to me and he said, "No, man, we're going to do a whole tour." He offered that to me.
Oh, that's huge news because you're right. We only knew of these 3 or 4, so it sounds to me like a nationwide tour, maybe even a world tour.
Now you're a big Guns N' Roses fan, obviously. With it, are you there?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay. So you're a big Guns N' Roses fan. The woman that he was with, was it Erin Everly, his ex-wife, who I don't know if she still lives in Atlanta or not?
To my understanding, she does, but that was definitely not her.
Okay, so you know who Erin is.
I know what she looked like.
Yeah, okay. So you don't think that was her?
No, absolutely not.
All right, this was just probably a handler.
Yeah, I don't even want to speculate.
Okay.
Was it Stephanie Seymour by chance? I just got to know. Maybe they're back. They're talking again.
I would recognize her too, and no.
Okay, just checking because they did a great video together.
Did you ask him why he was in town? What was he doing here?
No, I didn't ask at all. Again, it's all total speculation. It's like he said, she said, and people on the Guns N' Roses forums are speculating that he was in town to have a business meeting with James Gunn, the guy who wrote Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay. Why would he be doing that?
They're currently filming the sequel to Guardians of the Galaxy in Atlanta right now, and James Gunn lives here in Atlanta. So all the stars from the movie, Chris Pratt, Michael Rooker, they're all in town right now filming.
Okay.
Maybe a song, I don't know.
Well, let me tell you, it was what night was this you saw him? Or what day?
It was Friday evening, about 6:30, the 18th.
Okay, because I tried Saturday morning. I was trying to get out of Atlanta, and they had all these roads blocked off for car chase scenes, West Peachtree and Peachtree, and there were camera crews everywhere. Downtown was a wreck. I wonder if it is for this.
Who's the guy? Gunn? What?
James Gunn. He wrote and directed Guardians of the Galaxy.
And he lives here?
Yeah, he lives here.
What part of town?
Somewhere in Atlanta, I think Midtown area.
Probably Midtown.
Yeah.
What the hell are we friends with him?
He's at restaurants all the time.
I live in Midtown. It's my fault. I'll go ahead and take the hit.
Is that Brandy speaking?
That is.
Yeah.
How do you know?
Friend Matt Wilson. My friend Matt Wilson says hi.
Is this somebody Brandy's banging?
No, I'm not gonna. He's gonna kill me. Hey, Gunner.
God, this guy's dropping names left.
Yeah.
You got a lot of fans here in
I don't know
town.
who Matt is.
All right.
Hey, Axl looks good. I'm looking at the picture. I like this look on him. Looks like he's definitely dropped that weight.
Get Axl.
He definitely looked like he's got a personal trainer or something.
Yeah, he's buff.
He's getting fit.
He looks fit.
I hate to mark out here being a Guns N' Roses fan, but this is exciting. Axl looks good. There's going to be a world tour.
He doesn't have that heroin look. He has that CrossFit look.
Get the guys back together. It's going to be a legit tour, unlike the Motley Crue thing where Vince Neil just decided not to show up and the rest of the guys did.
And maybe Axl's saying, I can't be like that. I got to show up.
God, we can relive the early 90s with Guns N' Roses and actually get a good Guns N' Roses show.
He is built for the white leather suit, my brother.
What did you do with the photos? You print it out and blow it up and put it over your mantle?
No, I just put it on Instagram, and next thing I know, it's reported everywhere.
Yeah. Well, you're good people, man.
You know what? That's actually pretty cool, validation that this band matters to a lot of people globally. You have no idea. On my flight home from Atlanta, I had a woman from a Brazilian fan site interview me through Instagram just because people are, so hungry for the real Guns N' Roses to be back.
There's something about Guns N' Roses for a generation. I mean, think about it. As far as the mainstream, it was Appetite, Use Your Illusion 1 and 2, and Lies. Spaghetti Incident and Chinese Democracy never saw the successes. Those 4 albums.
You're exactly right.
And to have the longevity throughout the years, even kids now, my kids, appreciate Guns N' Roses. They are that band.
Yeah.
They are that band that will live in infamy forever. And they've affected so many people. That's why I was asking about the Aaron Everly thing. Why was he in town? I'm marking out in a huge way, being this was my first CD.
It's your journey.
My first CD I ever bought too.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
you
man.
guys that are like 40, because you're 43, Mark. Jason's 40.
Yep.
It's right in both of your wheelhouses. I remember when they came out. I was older, but I was like, yeah, these dudes kick ass.
The Thanksgiving at my cousin's house and watching Sweet Child O' Mine on MTV.
Oh, yeah.
And my cousin's husband goes, "This band's going to be big." I'll never forget that. I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And it killed the hair band era.
Which is tough for me to swallow.
As much as you like to think it was grunge, it was Guns N' Roses.
Well, they were so different. I mean, it was like Aerosmith, the attitude of like early Aerosmith, and like a little bit of the punk snarl of like New York Dolls, and they just did what they wanted to do, and they were amazing.
You know what? I love the snarl of New York Dolls, and that's I've never mentioned, but I know exactly what you're talking about. I think you just hit it there, and you're right. Like Aerosmith, when you got a lead singer that was doing that whole dance and everything like that, he put himself out there, and that was a great mix.
God, if he's still in town,
There is
Axl.
more than one embarrassing wedding video of me doing my best Axl Rose impersonation.
No, God bless you.
All right. Hey, Mark, thanks for your time this morning. Get back to work. And good story.
man.
Great story. Fantastic story. Next time you're in town, look us up, all right?
I will for sure.
Great. The only guy
That was it.
that gets a picture with Axl is in Atlanta, but he's from New Jersey, and he gets the pick. He gets the pick.
I want Axl on the show.
Oh,
God.
we
want Axl on the show. Just something about him, man. It's just,
I don't know if he's still in town or not, but are we begging?
Yes.
All right, we're begging.
In a big way.
Are we on our knees?
I'll pay for it, to be honest with you. I'd pay to have Axl on.
Oh, I'm not giving Axl money.
I'd reach in. I'd find it. I'd take a second mortgage out of my house. To be honest, that's how big of a deal.
Okay,
it is to
I'm
me.
just asking. Now, if Steve Perry will come in here, that's another thing.
That would be easy. I'm sure he's going to be doing a tour soon. I'm not talking about like a music tour. I'm talking about an interview tour.
Way to just tear it down. I love it.
So a week later, TMZ breaks the story that Axl Rose is actually rehearsing with AC/DC, and these are some of the first photos that emerged. So this was a studio that Axl Rose was spotted walking out of, and then you can also see the members of AC/DC leaving shortly afterwards, and this is when all the AC/DC rumors started to pick up some steam. So that does it for this episode of Guns N' Roses True Story. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and be sure to subscribe if you love Guns N' Roses as much as I do, and be sure to go visit us at GNRCentral.com for the latest Guns N' Roses news. Take care.